Trump started to talk about a second round of tax cuts, which he wants done by December. We have seen that the Trump tax cuts are gaining popularity and the economy is growing. House Speaker Paul Ryan doesn't seem too anxious to take this on right now. Guru, what's going to happen with the second round of tax cuts?
The economy's growing, and there's general optimism about the impact, about how the new tax law is working. So you know what? Let's do it again. But not so fast, because there's going to be some stumbling blocks, and it's not just because of the Democrats. The biggest problem, and it's a real one, King, with round two of tax cuts, is how to offset the loss in revenue. Now, we have something called the Senate rules that are not going to allow straight-up tax cuts without cuts in spending, because the Senate rules look at the impact of tax cuts over a 10-year period, and they're not supposed to be adding to the debt. If they are, then you have to figure out what the offsets are going to be. And unfortunately, in all this discussion about tax cuts in round one, which is over and done with, and now talking about round two, where is the discussion about where we're going to make cuts? So it's going to be a tough one. Now, there's other issues related to what happened with round one of the tax cuts, because that was passed at lightning speed. And what we're going to be finding out, what we're finding out and what we're going to be finding out more of is not everything was done perfectly. And there's some things in this tax code that need some retooling and fixing. And the problem is going to be is that Democrats are not going to be eager to help fix anything that was already passed. But, you know something, we have some karma there, because when Obamacare was passed the same way, very quickly, along partisan lines. Then we find out, well, there's some real problems here we need to go back and fix. And at that point, Republicans wouldn't cooperate, and we ended up with even more of a mess. So I think we could expect the same from Democrats as far as trying to fix anything that wasn't really done properly in round two. But let me say this. The plans have been quite vague about what might be coming in round two, but one thing that has been highlighted is a reduction in the capital gains rates, which was supposed to be part of round one, but they didn't get it through. I think that would be a great thing, but unfortunately for us in New Jersey, King, there has been no talk or any desire from leadership to get rid of the $10,000 cap on state and local taxes. So I'm sure our representatives will be pushing, but I don't think there's an appetite overall with the Republican Party to make that change.